Story. Once upon a time, in the old days, when animals spoke plainly and the moon listened carefully, Ijapa the tortoise lived quietly at the edge of the village. He was not the strongest, not the fastest, but everyone knew his name. One season, something strange happened. The animals began to praise each other for everything. When the goat chewed grass, they clapped. When the hen laid an egg, they sang. When the monkey jumped from one tree to another, they gathered a crowd. Soon, nobody worked to improve anymore. Why try harder when praise came freely? Ijapa noticed this and smiled. If praise is so easy to get, he thought, then it must be very valuable. So he made a plan. The next morning, Ijapa stood in the village square and cleared his throat. "People of the forest," he said calmly, "I have built something no one has ever built before." The animals rushed over. "What did you build?" they asked. Ijapa pointed behind his shell. They saw nothing. "This," he said proudly, "is the house of wisdom. It cannot be seen by foolish eyes." The animals looked again. Still nothing. Not wanting to seem foolish, they began to nod. Yes, very impressive," said Goat. "Amazing work," said Monkey. "How deep," whispered Hen. The praise grew louder. Ijapa bowed. "Thank you. Tomorrow I will reveal even greater wonders." The next day he returned with nothing again. Still the animals praised him more than before. Soon Ijapa was praised for breathing, for blinking, for simply existing. But one small animal stayed quiet. Ijapa's young cousin, Kolo. Kolo stepped forward and said softly, "Ijapa, I see nothing. What exactly have you done?" The forest went silent. Ijapa looked around. For the first time, there was no praise to hide behind. Slowly, he sighed. "I have done nothing," he admitted. "I only showed you how empty praise becomes when it is given without truth." The animals felt ashamed. They realized they had been clapping to avoid thinking, praising to avoid effort, and celebrating noise instead of meaning. From that day on, praise became rare again, and because of that, it mattered. Ijapa returned to his quiet home, a little heavier in shell, but lighter in heart. Moral lesson: praise has value only when it is honest. When everyone is celebrated for nothing, achievement loses its meaning.